Merry Christmas, Renegade Nation! Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters, Itogi Kirill, Blazer64, Andrew Larman, Mohamed, Karina Wang, Dark Prime 25, Christian Andre Cavande, Benjamin Salisbury, Jonathan Caleros, Andrew Elliott, Kimber, Fabiola Macias, The Gaming Warthog, Daniel Anderson, Bick Boy, Julius Urado Jr., Christopher Lee Scott, Soren Nielsen, Neil Bender, Austin Price, The Whiskey Laddie, Brian Emeka Njoku, Deshaun Hurd, Andreas Van Hasht. Thank you very much for your support. And if you want to check us out on Patreon, we would very much like to see you over there. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care, guys. All right, guys. It's Morphin' Time. Wait, this ain't Power Rangers.
This is apparently VR Troopers.
Yes, VR Troopers.
Another appropriated.
Yes. Hey, blame Chaim Saban, dude. He's the one who did it.
It's awesome.
I like it. I like it. It's just the whole thing about people being mad about it. Japanese have done it too. I mean, everyone does it.
They were involved in the deal.
Yeah.
Not like anybody got sued about it. They were doing it together. I think it's hilarious, though. Just as a kid, I never felt, anything was different. And then you learn about how they did that shit.
I noticed slight things. You know the stuff that I noticed?
What?
Tommy's, when he was the Green Ranger, his gold over shoulder pad thing. In the Japanese version, it's foam and it's more secured to his skin. Yeah. Whereas when they filmed the new stuff for the show here in the States, it instead was like a cloth that was like sewn to the fabric. And it actually was like a lot more shiny and was like gold looking, whereas in the original Japanese one, it was like bronze. It was like bronze. And I noticed it as a kid, and I'm like, I wonder why that is. And then later on, it's just like, you find out, it was a Super Sentai show that they just cut stuff out of it, reshaped it, re-edited it, and just did that.
Awesome.
And then they filmed new stuff here in the States. Sometimes it matches, sometimes it doesn't. And that's just how it goes.
I was always like, I don't care what's going on. I want that action figure.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I always wanted the weapons, and I actually finally ended up talking my parents into getting me like the original Power Ranger 5 weapons.
Yeah,
and like the ones you could actually put together into like the combined like cannon thing that they made out of them. And then like my buddy had the Green Ranger's weapon, and so you could make the alternate ones with that. And then when I went to the beach one time, there was a kid down there, and I brought mine with me, and he had his with him, and he had the White Rangers.
Oh, he had Saba.
Yeah.
Yes,
the Saba. So we got to combine like those together, and it was fucking cool. It was like one of the coolest toys as a kid.
Yeah.
My I couldn't afford.
Oh, and I had the Megazords too, like, and they could actually transform and combine together, and that was also badass.
I got the B grade version of the Megazord when I was like 5 or 6 years old. It came in 3 pieces. You could take the legs off, and that's it. The rest of it was just one unified piece that you couldn't like take apart because the Mastodon made up the chest, the Tyrannosaurus made up like the upper part of the legs and back part of the torso and the start of the arms, and then you had like the pink the pterodactyl making up the head. Well, the problem was that top part that was the torso you couldn't take apart. So pretty much the Red Ranger, Black Ranger, and Pink Ranger were stuck together forever. But the yellow one and the blue one, the Saber-tooth Tiger and the Triceratops, they had like little motors in them. You could like roll back and they would like roll forward.
Oh yeah.
But
I actually ended up getting
the cheap version.
The second run of them, so it was like
not
the Triceratops Saber-tooth Tiger for the legs. It was like the one that had like more of like a pointed face. I can't remember what they actually were. At that point.
I remember the ones you're talking because they had 3 different generations for those. They had the first gen, which was the T-Rex, was the classic. The T-Rex, Triceratops, Mastodon, Pterodactyl, and Saber-tooth Tiger, and also added in the Dragon Zord. And then later on, they had the ones. It was oh gosh,
was it for the movie?
No, the movie was actually where they skipped to the third generations where they became ninjas.
Dude, I can't even believe that they did that. It's like, oh, everything is super cool. What can we do that doesn't make any fucking sense to throw in here?
Yeah, just
ninjas.
Put them in the ninja outfits. And I remember there was the movie canon, which had them go to this planet and open this door that was like, that showed the falcon, the frog, the bear, animal spirits and shit like that.
But as a kid, I was just like, ninjas.
Holy hell, yes! But as an adult, you're just like, wait,
really?
These Zords were a lot cooler.
Yeah.
And I remembered we were actually so poor. I wanted the Dragon Zord flute dagger thing. We couldn't afford it, so my dad went and cut me one out of wood.
That's
and
cool.
He like drilled holes in it. And I remember like seeing myself in a picture with it. If I ever find a picture of me with that, or if I know I'm not going to find the thing because it's probably like gone somewhere, lost to the sands of time because, you know, that's how life goes. But if I ever find a picture of myself with that, I'll have to show you all because that was
I want to see
that was an awesome thing my dad did for me. But that being said, during the time of Power Rangers...
There it is. It was the Lion, Firebird, Unicorn, Griffin, and then Red Dragon.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and then they had the White Tiger Zord at that time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the White Tiger Zord came in, and...
I think that same kid had the White Tiger Zord, so we got to mess with the combinations on those, too.
I actually have...
So it was cool how they made the toys actually, like, link together if you bought them separately.
I actually have an old tin of those out in the garage, I think. Or either they're out in the garage or they're still in my mom's basement. I need to go over and grab those, and we need to go through and catalog which ones I have. Because I know I've still got...
You can find those a lot of the times at the conventions we go to, too. They sell those a lot.
Well, no, I just want to see what I've got, you know? Just so I can just be like, I am such a freaking nerd. Yeah, because I am. That's kind of my thing. But anyway, we've got...
I wish I still had mine.
But during the time of the Saban era, the first Saban era of Power Rangers, there were a bunch of knockoff shows. Some made by Saban itself. There was Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Awesome.
I do remember that.
There was a plot that made zero sense.
Absolute 0 cents.
I loved it.
And then, of course, there was also, the VR Troopers, which came out after. And funny enough, I told Chad this at the start of our recording session. Tommy, or Jason David Frank, was actually in line to play the lead in VR Troopers, but he got the call back to be on Power Rangers the day before VR Troopers got greenlit as a series, and he had to honor the contract that came first, which was Power Rangers, so they had to move forward with a completely new guy as the new lead of VR Troopers. And, that was... I did not know.
He lucked out on that one in that case, probably.
Yeah.
Well, pretty sure Power Rangers made him more money.
Oh, yeah. VR Troopers had burned out after, like, 2 or 3 years, whereas Power Rangers...
still going.
To this day, more than 20, almost 30 years later, is still going. Started in 1993. That's amazing to me, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of certain ages, this is VR Troopers by JonTron. Let's see what old Johnny Boy's got to say.
The future is now. Virtual reality is here.
Yeah, the HTC Vive.
Yeah, order it back, dude. What the? Freak it, let's get him.
VR chat.
Jeff, give me my rock. Jeff, give him back, Jeff.
Axel for freaking Twisted Metal. That's awesome.
My ears with your dirty hands, please.
Okay.
Yes, those hands, no, don't be shy. Yes, put your hands up my ears. Yes, little boy, just do just that. Yes. Thank you. Do you want to kill yourself with me? Come here, little boy. No, I know a place we can go and kill ourselves. It's over there, about 251 meters away from our destination. You just go to the ledge like this, and you just concentrate your mind of dying, and then you just kill yourself.
Bye, Piglet.
Wow.
You must inform.
Okay, My favorite VR
I'm
chat.
just at a loss.
My favorite VR chat suicide. Keep in mind, this is me saying this. My favorite VR chat suicide was the one where this guy was in this hotel room, and Kermit the Frog was on the bed, and he was turned around looking at something else. He's like, "Oh yeah, baby, that's right. I like how you're doing that." And this guy comes up behind, and he's just like, "Hello there, Kermit. I'm here to touch your froggy ass." And then Kermit's just like, oh God, no, no. And then he goes over to the balcony, and he's just like, oh God, I gotta get away from this guy. I am committing suicide. And just jumps off the edge.
I forgot about that.
Went straight to the Rainbow Connection.
Exactly. Yep. He went to go visit Nanny. Oh, that's a deep cut.
Across the Rainbow Connection.
Yeah. So here we go. This back to it, sorry. We stray further from God with each passing day.
Well, that was strange and uncomfortable. But before we get to the rest of this video, I just gotta remind you. Why not pick up War Robots, the mobile game of choice for tactical 6v6 multiplayer action.
Not Raid Shadow
Find
Legends.
the gameplay style that suits
or
you.
you can play Hawken.
Robots, amazing
Hawken's
3D
free,
graphics, and over 7
and it's on
million
PC.
players already installed.
What?
You can download War Robots via my link
Hawken.
below and get my special
It's free and it's on PC, and it's like Mech Warrior,
unique skin
and
for
it's,
it, 4 Punisher machine
free to
guns,
play.
100 gold, and
Didn't know that.
400,000 silver. Personally, I like to wreck face using the Inquisitor, and I think you will too. Game on, friends. So that new Power Rangers movie came out recently, which got me thinking about Power Rangers, which got me thinking about Saban's other, more underrated classic. And no, I'm not talking about the one with Joker Jay Leno. I try to pretend that one doesn't exist. What I'm talking about is VR Troopers, also known as This Is Not Power Rangers. Definitely 100% this is its own show for real. This show came out during the resurgence of VR in the 90s, and even though it died out then, as many trending waves of VR did, it's pretty crazy to think we finally have the VR we always dreamed of having back then. So in honor of all this amazing new technology we're actually getting, let's take a dive into VR's sordid past and relive our view of the future that was never to be. By the way, I don't think VR Troopers is compatible with my modern headset. Gotta go dig up some old hardware.
Oh my God.
Yes! Virtual Boy.
All right.
That's commitment, dude.
Control. 4, 3,
2, 1. VR.
Wait, I did see this.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
watching twice back in the day. I was thinking I never
They
actually
had
saw
the
this.
McDonald's toys of the medallion morpher things.
Brad Hawkins, yes, I've seen him, dude. Yeah, that guy right there is just checked out. The guy playing the professor. I saw him, and I'm just like, this guy is not Zordon. He is checked out.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, I'm just like, he just does not. He's not interesting.
I did not pay that much attention as a kid.
Julian, smile for the camera, sweetheart. It's your big moment.
No.
I heard he killed himself.
United States Air Force going for 10.
I killed myself too. My last name was Combs.
You see this?
I forgot about that Tourette's guy moment. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus.
I'm actually not sure. Hold on. Oh, yeah, now I can.
I come to this place a lot to think about my dad.
You know, your thinks are inside your own head. So you don't need to go somewhere and think about your dad. You could just, chill out on MySpace.
Will I ever be as good as you, Dad?
I'm sure you will, son.
He does not sound convinced. He knows that boy's only future is at the welfare office, and I'm not talking behind the desk. So, our story follows Kung Fu teenagers, Ryan, Caitlin, and JB, who all train at the local YMCA.
JB was
run
my
by
favorite.
Mr. Miyagi
I love
and a
that. I loved his
feral dog.
dual-sided.
Totally unrelated to that, our heroes are
yeah.
also environmental activists, aided by a strange child man / sailor named Woody.
Oh, yeah.
What? When? Where?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking right now.
What's the matter, Woody?
Zictor's demolishing a historic building downtown, and he's going to build another power plant. I want you out to cover the story.
Woody's the kind of guy you just walk past at work, isn't he? Just avoid making eye contact.
Yeah.
Make a break for the bathroom, or else he'll pull you over and show you one of his sick 144p videos of Carlos Mencia.
What's going on, Ryan? We gotta go check it out. Looks like Zictor's at it again.
Again? Zictor's at it again? We should have known. We should have known the first time based on his Star-Lord Emperor name.
No more nukes. No more nukes.
hate to tell you this. I think you guys are a bit late on this. What do you mean, no more nukes? Once you make the first nuke, that's it. There's just nukes.
Hi, guys.
Just get here?
Yeah.
We can't just let Carl Zichter destroy our old neighborhood, you guys.
I know. But what gives him the right to do this anyway?
Land ownership, a deed. There's got to be some paperwork in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to it.
What are we going to do without that government building in the middle of nowhere? Meanwhile, at Evil Skyscraper Inc., CEO Carl Zichter prepares for a nice afternoon of watching random buildings explode and maniacally scheming alongside a confused iguana.
The fuck?
All right, dude, you're at a 10. You need to bring it down to like a 6 or a 7.
Do it.
Do it now.
Now!
Yes.
Oh, God! The stock footage doesn't even match the show!
Return to virtual reality and...
Return to virtual reality? Hold on, you're gonna have to back it up. You were in there, then you came out. You have virtual reality, you can go in it. Who are you again? I love how casually he just says this out of nowhere. Return to virtual reality.
I just remembered another one. Masked Rider. You remember that one? Guy that had like the helmet that looked like a friggin' mosquito head. Yeah, mosquito head.
I think I might remember.
Yeah.
I thought he was a VR trooper.
No.
Masked Rider.
Yeah. And
he
then,
may have just solved a puzzle in my mind.
And then, of course, he had... My favorite form of his was, like, Super Blue, where he would, like, take on, like, a form of water and would just, like, zip around and, like, beat everybody. I'm like, why wouldn't he do that all the time? Oh, that's right. He needs water. If only he wasn't made of water. That's... Sorry. But, anyway, yeah. I just thought of that. Seeing this guy here, he reminds me of the bad guy in friggin' Masked Rider. And also there was another character in that called Nefaria.
You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think that's the Heat Wave episode that I was thinking of.
Yes! I think so, yeah.
I thought he was a VR trooper.
And
Holy shit.
I remember during that one point, he actually had he like summoned Super Blue and the Super Blue suit, and the ground like bursted open behind him, and he caused like this massive geyser of water that just like soaked him down, and he was just like Super Blue, and just like goes off and starts wrecking everybody. And I'm like, well, I guess I just need to summon. It's that easy, everybody. Just summon water just by yelling Super Blue.
Yeah.
And then the water will just suddenly appear behind it. I'm just reading too much into this.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to VR
It's
Troopers.
not meant to make that much sense.
No.
Janice, if you don't mind, there's a stack of papers on my desk that says file before December, if you could get to that. Back at the Tao Dojo, our heroes are forced to perform basic labor and file Sensei's taxes for no pay. How noble.
You want to play? Roll over.
Nah.
Please don't do this to me now. I just had it fixed last week. What's it doing now?
Some kind of power surge?
I don't know, guys.
Computers are not supposed to do that.
Greetings from virtual reality.
Oh my god, it's him, he's here, it's real. Who's that?
Professor Horatio Hart. Ryan, it is urgent that you come to my laboratory immediately.
Ryan Steele, that's me. A funny little man on the computer is talking to me. Ryan Steele, that's me. By the way, the man who played Professor Horatio Hart here had a very long, industrious career. Julian, if you're out there, contact me. Set you up with a YouTube channel. I want to see the 10 hours Julian Combs Absolute Dead Emotionless compilation.
What just happened, Mr. Zichter? Professor Hart has contacted Ryan Steele.
That's the one thing we didn't need to. That's the one thing. Shit. If only we could have thought of some way to stop this. Like murdering him or something.
Forces of darkness, empower me!
Take me back to my virtual reality.
Oh, we got a lightning snow globe in play. He's not messing around.
Virtual warriors, assemble! Hail Grimlord, master of the virtual world!
That escalated quickly.
Yep, I remember this now.
Report! I am here for your sire.
You didn't have enough guys, man. You could have talked to any one of those guys and bring another guy on the screen. I mean, for Christ's sake.
I actually think... Hang on, pause 1 sec. I think I got about as far into this show as Forces of Darkness empower me, and then my mom was like, nope, and like turned it off.
that's right!
Because my mom was super Christian. So I think that's all I got to see.
To my virtual
I remember seeing him, and I was like, oh, this looks so cool, and my mom's just like, nope, we're not watching this. And I was
Click.
like, What
she
the
definitely
fuck?
thought that motherfucker was the devil.
Yeah,
Look at
probably.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like if Freddy Krueger was. Oh God, I about said something I regretted there. I ain't gonna say it.
That's why the beginning of the show seemed familiar, but just everything else about it just didn't. Is because I think I saw like the intro to it one time, and then my mom was like, "You ain't watching that one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
well.
in
Looks
retrospect,
like
I'm kind of
Derrick
glad I
Krueger.
didn't because it was just.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
All right, let's get back to it. Sorry.
Be allowed to reach Professor Hart.
Go away, Satan.
So close to victory.
This story, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying all of a sudden, got a little more complicated. Got a couple more characters to follow here now. So apparently, Ryan and friends have been targeted by the evil Grimlord, who then sends his virtual henchmen to the real world, or are they in the virtual world? Who cares? Saban sure doesn't.
I think it's a target
I
engage.
think that was a plane robot shooting missiles at our car. I think that's what that was.
Let's get out of here, you guys. We'll be safer in the woods.
You're not gonna be safer in the woods. Woods ain't gonna be much safer.
Wait. Oh, check it out.
Yeah, it's the bridge.
Come on.
No shit.
On my way
Whoa,
to this
check
real
it out. I've
structure-
never seen a bridge before. Holy crap.
So, one commercial break later, and our heroes somehow escape with 2 attack drones off screen when they stumble upon a rejected art house project in the middle of nowhere.
What is this thing?
Looks like some kind of portal or a gateway.
Oh, it looks like a portal or a gateway, you say. How many of those you seen in your time? You could just identify them on sight. You just like portal, gateway, and or portal, clearly.
Please, enter the portal.
Well, here goes.
Not a gateway.
Where are we?
I don't know, but it's probably a good sign that giant metal door slammed behind you.
Yes, I'm glad you were able to arrive
I would like to play a game. Sorry. Sorry.
safely.
What do you know about my father?
Soon. First, look behind you for 3 VR visors.
Amazing.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi. No more, Professor Hart. It's become crystal clear. Oh! Oh!
Do not be alarmed. You're looking through the reality barrier.
Okay, turn the virtual reality off. That's a little too much virtual reality.
Dad? Is it really you? Are you alive?
It's a virtual reality playback.
Oh, come on. That was too perfectly timed. You're in virtual reality together, man. You just leaning right into him?
You must listen to the professor very, very carefully. Dire circumstances must have arisen for him to have brought you here. And I can only imagine that it involves Grimlord, a sinister creature from a virtual...
Now, Dad, I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to stop you. Just curious, how you know all this? Where you been for 10 years? Okay, why'd you leave me? You left me up on a Chinese hill. Can we talk about that? So, VR Dad explains how Grimlord can be defeated, and that by using the Spirit Stones from Ocarina of Time, these young teenagers can transform into the Mighty Morphin VR Troopers. Yeah,
Still like Jade.
That's what they are. Meanwhile, Ryan tries to connect with his pops, but things get a little awkward and he pieces out. You could at least send an alimony payment in, like, Bitcoin or something, cheap bastard.
Still and his friends have reached the professor. We must act quickly. Hail Grimlord! Silence!
Is that all those assholes know how to say?
Hail Grimlord, what do you want?
What is it, Professor?
Grimlord's army.
Professor, you're gonna have to step back from the camera. Also, it'll kill you to smile for once.
Trooper transform!
All right. All of a sudden, it just came to him. He remembered his instincts. When we were kids, we didn't ask any questions.
No, we didn't.
We were just like, yeah, of course, Trooper transform. Damn! Straight into all-out war. And hey, these parts were actually pretty cool.
Back in the day, yeah. These were pretty damn cool.
Yeah! Is that all you got, Tinhead?
You'll find out!
Oh, there he goes. He's got a busted shoulder. See ya! impressed. That man just actually threw himself off a cliff for that shot. So Ryan gets knocked out so hard the episode ends. Meanwhile, in part 2, Caitlin and JB return home only to realize they left Ryan for dead in the middle of nowhere. Oops.
I just can't do it, Dad.
Where'd it go?
My God. Poor guy got hit so hard he reverted to being a baby.
I've tried my best, but I'm not good at this. I'm a failure.
You're not a failure, son. You're just a regular run-of-the-mill failure. Don't be so easy on yourself.
Failure.
JB,
Here's
is
a
there any
failure.
sign of Ryan yet?
It doesn't make sense. These were his last coordinates.
Wait a minute, I see him.
Hey. The fuck is that?
Is that an outtake from the show?
Has to be.
Has to be. That's awesome. At least they knew how to have fun.
Get to him faster. He's gonna be okay, right?
I hope so.
There's something wrong. I can't control it. Oh, what do you think I should do?
I don't know. Hit the fucking brakes.
They're not working.
I neglected to mention that I took the liberty of making a few adjustments on your car.
All right, now you can put the inspirational music on all you want. End of the day, Horatio, you just drove 2 children off a cliff without telling them. All right, what if one of them jumped out preemptively, hit their head in a rock, started speaking in tongues? How'd you feel then?
Do you see him, Caitlin?
I'd put a pastor's outfit on him and give him a job as a preacher. They were speaking in tongues. Sorry.
Wait! He's down there! Ryan, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I can't move.
Yeah, also, why did you guys leave me for like 14 hours? I'm dying of sunstroke.
Yeah, you know he's shit in there.
Ryan is rescued, gets healed up, and everything.
Shit and
air
piss.
conditioned or
Except for
something.
that little galactic
At
emperor
least
problem. You know, nothing
we got
big.
some
Certain
ventilation.
that Grimlock will launch a full-scale offensive very soon.
Poop
These
vacuum.
are the sort of opponents you'll be facing.
He needs a colostomy
Zeltron,
bag.
Toxoid, Cannon, Spiderbot, Tankatron, and
Wait, okay, slow down. Don't you roll your eyes at me. I don't see you going toe-to-toe out there in the field with fucking cannon nose.
Man, those guys are serious.
You're telling me. Jeb, no.
Jeb, don't go in the ding-dangulator. Your brain's gonna get zapped. The electricity in your brain's gonna get turned off.
Oh no!
Jeb, you okay?
Yeah, sure. I'm just fine, Ryan.
That dog is a lying son of a gun.
We have got to keep this a secret.
Yeah!
Jeb, you have got to promise me that you will never let anybody know that you can talk. I don't think the world is ready for it just yet.
Yeah, this is the one you gotta keep secret. You never said that when there were Turbotrons and Cannon Noses, VR dads. None of that was meant to be kept secret, but this one, okay? The population is not gonna be able to handle that one, okay? You gotta put that one behind Area 51. Back at Evil HQ, Grimlord finishes his part-time shift as Galactic Emperor to return to his day job as real estate tycoon / iguana whisperer.
Rather like a game, isn't it? What's the name of this game? I win.
Oh, I know this one. This is my favorite one. Man, I remember that being a lot more fun when I was younger.
Okay, Captain. Because we've got to kill those radioactive bugs.
Sir, what exactly do you do here? Everyone else in this show looks like they have a plausible job. Even Horatio Hart looks like he's got a more plausible job than you, Woody. After catching Woody in an act of workplace incompetence, Caitlin takes the day off to get the next big scoop on Grimlord's advancing army of toy miniatures.
This is unbelievable.
Wow. Boss is never going to believe these scoops till he sees them with his own eyes.
Alright, the professor said this will let us communicate with him from any computer.
And you're just gonna do that here,
Yes, troopers.
in front
Is
of
there a
everybody.
problem?
Oh shit, I remember when Horatio Hart used to come on floppy disk. Those were the days. Although, this looks a bit different than I remember. Which one did I have?
It's a me, Jose 攻上来。哎呀，现在 YouTube 找到老板。
Goddamn eBay Chinese knockoff! After finding irrefutable evidence that Grimlord is a big meanie who smells, our heroes suit up and set out to beat him for good.
This is so cool.
Ryan, you must go to Grimlord's village.
I'm sorry to keep just a little bit back even. I mean, like, even here it's a bit close, but God, you're like, hello, Ryan. It's good to see you inside your mask. Can you give me a little I'd like a kiss. Just a little one.
Guys, look! Wow, check it out!
Amazing.
All right, guys, one at a time.
Now you're talking, Professor.
Is this like another show? I don't think I've ever seen a show like this. This is a completely unique show.
I can handle this. video game.
Whoa, killed those dudes. Just like a video game.
Over here, look.
That must be the main power core.
This explosive ought to blow a fuse or two.
Yeah, this bomb ought to do the trick of blowing everything up. Not satisfied
I know, right?
with the obliteration of Grimlord's aerial troops, Ryan takes to the ground to finish off the remaining weak and wounded.
Come on, Ivar.
His controls are like all the fucking way up here. It's
Yeah.
like, I've got you now, bitch. It's like, this is the most uncomfortable vehicle I've ever driven.
Following the deaths of dozens to hundreds, Grimlord finally admits defeat, and the gang celebrates with an awesome slow-mo high five.
I called you here to congratulate you on a job well done.
So, what now, Professor?
Yeah, I mean, are we done with this Grimlord guy for good?
Well, unfortunately, there are at least 90 more episodes of this show.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Enjoy your moment of triumph while you can. You may have won the battle, but I will win the war.
Damn dog, always double taking, making goofs in front of the Supreme Lord of the Universe. With the day saved, Ryan returns to trespassing private property, so he can think about his rogue parents once again.
And a long fight it'll be. But if there's one thing you taught me, it's to never give up, no matter how hard it gets. I won't quit until you and I are together again. I love you, Dad.
You know, after all this, it makes me wonder if I'm ever going to see my dad again. He said he was going to go out and buy me a parakeet, but he never came back. So either he was lying or he was hit by something large and fast. But it's just like Dad always told me. Never give up. Unless it's looking for me. But I'll never give up the search for my old man. I'll find you. Even if you are a skeleton in a shallow grave on the shoulder of a highway. I'm coming for you. Excuse me, sorry to bother you. Have you seen my dad?
Yeah?
My dad.
I don't know who is it.
Yeah, my dad. Have you seen him around here? He left me here like 15 years ago. I don't know where the hell he is. Trying to find him. You don't know where he is?
I don't like Weezer.
You have a dad, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. Your dad's there?
Yeah.
You think he'll adopt me? You're my dad? Son? Son High?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shanghai.
Thank you so much, sir. Dad found. Dad found. Dad found. Thank you. He's my dad. Finally found him. Finally found my dad. Thank you, man. Can I have some of that?
No. No.
Wow.
God.
He went full Tom Green there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did. He's like, "Are you my dad? Are you my dad?" It's like, "My son. My son." I was like, "Oh, son. Son Hai. Shanghai. Right here." It's like, "Oh, no. Son Hai. Son Hai. Shanghai."
I don't like Weezer.
I don't like Weezer.
That's what it sounded like he said. I don't like Weezer.
Actually, I've been watching some of these videos here recently where this one guy goes to Chinatown, and he knows how to speak full Mandarin, and he blows people away whenever they start speaking Mandarin, and they don't think he knows what they're saying, and then all of a sudden he butts in. And he's just like, they're just like this guy. Honestly, I don't know what he's thinking when he does this. And then he butts in. He's just like, actually, I was thinking about buying this here. Would you recommend it? And then they're like, you speak Mandarin? And he's like, yes. And they're like, shit.
That's one of the reasons that I kind of want to learn other languages, is just if that ever happens, so I could be like, sup, motherfuckers.
Jesse does that quite a bit with
Spanish. Yeah. Well, because you look at him and you're just like, wow, this...
The whitest motherfucker alive.
Yeah.
I remember back when he had the Jim Carrey haircut, like way back in the day, and he was just pale as snow and had like the dorky short shorts on and like the three button shirt. I'm just like, gotta be honest,
Good
that
Lord.
is the whitest son of a bitch I have ever seen. Not just in terms of pastiness,
And like
but in
size
terms of culture.
16 tennis shoes.
Big old goofy feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always said God made the platypus, then him.
We need to get him on here if he's ever in the area. Dude, we need to get him on here just so he can.
He
talk
will
shit
be
with
like
him.
Next week.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hey.
maybe he'll crash one night or something.
If he does, man, it'll be awesome. Just
we
to
gotta
have
film
him.
something with him.
Yeah, just if anything, we could just be like, so are the rumors true? Is this really are they as really big as they say? Yes.
Yes.
Size 16 shoes. But yeah, VR Troopers, a honest to God knockoff of like that's like I just sitting here thinking about these. I'm just like, how many more were there that we didn't know about because they flopped
or in the works that they had like pilots for? I'm sure there were a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
Because there's a shit ton of those in Japan. Like,
oh yeah, Super Sentai shows are like a dime a dozen.
Weren't those running like
anime.
20 years before Power Rangers happened here?
I believe
Like in the
so. I believe at least a
late
decade.
70s?
Yeah, late 70s, early 80s.
No, they definitely had them in the 70s. There's definitely maybe further back than that.
Well, actually, now I think about it, Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar was like a Super Sentai thing.
Yeah.
And Jet Jaguar was in like Godzilla movies in the 70s.
Yeah, I think it may be like the early 70s, maybe like 69.
Well, I keep thinking about just for all the stuff that we've had here in the States.
Himitsu Sentai Gorengator. That doesn't even look like a Japanese word. In April of 1975.
See, super early.
So 18 years before Power Rangers, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you,
It's
man.
funny because they look just like the Power Rangers.
Yeah, they are. That's where it came from. Yeah.
Well, all in all, you think about it. I mean, everything's borrowed. I mean,
Yeah.
Almost nothing's original anymore. That's like I heard people bitching the other day about how everything from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is borrowed. It's got like the platforming of Uncharted. It's got the the combat stylings of Sekiro or Dark Souls.
Good.
And I'm just like, and this is a problem. Why? And they say, well, it's not original. It's like, okay, you get told by your studio you have to make a game you have to make a AAA title, a AAA single player title in 2 years, and come back to me and see how difficult that is if you don't borrow stuff. Look, I get the game has a few bugs. I ran into a couple bugs, but nothing that like killed my immersion in the game. I love the game. It's honestly one of my favorite games of the year. But for people out there who shit on it simply because either it's from, everyone claims it's from EA. It's not from EA. It's Respawn. I've said that 1,000 times, and I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. Everyone wants to shit on that game and wants it to hate it because, it's a Star Wars game in the new era of Star Wars where the fan base is now more divided than ever. You got one side saying, "Oh, if you like the old Star Wars movies, you're racist." Oh, if you don't like, or if you like the new Star Wars, yes. There are people out there who actually say that shit.
Y'all people don't deserve to look at me.
So again, everybody, that just shows you the world we live in now. The world we live in now is full of a bunch of entitled little shits who think their opinion matters more than anything else. They're loud, obnoxious, and yet they buy nothing. I guarantee you, a lot of the people out there who are complaining about all this stuff and saying all these things, I guarantee you they never even bothered to play it or bothered to watch it in any way.
We can stop speaking English.
If you
now.
think that watching the first Star Wars trilogy if you think that liking the original Star Wars makes you racist, you really need to turn your face away from the gas tank when you're pumping your gasoline. Stop. It's fucking up your brain.
Yeah.
Or maybe pull your entire fucking head out of your ass.
Yeah.
Stop breathing gas fumes.
Yeah, go.
I love conspiracy theories, okay? If old school Star Wars was racist, I would be like, see, this is part of the thing there,
Global government conspiracy.
This shit is beyond my ability to be a conspiracy theorist about it. That is so dumb. Even if it was like subliminally meant to be racist, it's definitely in no way, shape, or form blatantly racist.
Yeah.
The bad guys wear white suits. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But bad guy with the black suit, but
and here's another thing.
Luke wears black too.
Yeah, you want to know who's like gone so far down the rabbit hole with certain things? There's some people out there who are convinced that Bonnie and Clyde is a myth because in real life, Bonnie and Clyde would never be chased down by the police if they were white.
What?
Yes, you heard that right. Simply because Bonnie and Clyde were not a minority, they assume that Bonnie and Clyde is a myth.
Fucking window lickers that think the police are racist. Why don't you look up the actual numbers about how the police kill more white dudes every day than they do black people?
Or look up the fact that, like...
But statistics make me racist.
All kinds of people are racist of all colors and creeds. Like, there's just fucked up people.
There are.
All of this division is fucking bullshit.
It is. It's nonsense.
Division is stupid, man. Unity.
Yeah.
MLK, man. People are forgetting. This is something that's really fucking with me a lot, is that people seem to forget Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
and he's one of the fucking most unifying individuals that there's ever been in our country, man. Who went through it. Went through it. Was killed.
Had actual bad shit happen to him. I mean, not only did he get killed, but during his entire life, kept having bricks thrown at him, got thrown in jail multiple times, got beat up, got hit with everything imaginable. And the thing is,
his shit was get race out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
And let's be together and do this shit as humanity.
Let's be human beings. Because this is humanity. And that's just like everyone making the whole thing. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there who don't believe in God or Jesus and all that. But the more people I hear say, y'all know Jesus was black, right? And I'm just like, I don't give a shit, right? It's not about the skin color. It's about the message. He could have been a green-skinned, orange-haired, alien-looking motherfucker. I don't care. It's the message that matters. Everyone wants to emphasize race on literally everything, and they need to stop. I mean, hell, they tried to say, hey, John's racist and all that, but then I used their logic against him because they said technically minorities can't be racist, and John's a minority. He's half Iranian. He's half Arab. So, by those standards, whatever John says can't be racist. And John said some pretty messed up stuff one time, but honestly, he can't be racist because he's half Arab. Ain't that a thing? Ain't that how logic works? Oh, yeah, logic's not supposed to apply whenever we do it, but whenever everyone else does it, it's terrible.
Motherfucker, you ain't white.
I know, right?
You're not.
Me?
Yeah. A large portion you're white, right? What'd you say your DNA test said?
My DNA test said I'm approximately...
Fucking everything.
Well, I'm 20% native. Most of it's Cherokee. Other part is Blackfoot, and then 7% black. So that's about a quarter of me that's not white.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate every different
part of me. And here's the thing. I mean, I got made fun of whenever I revealed that to people. People started calling me multi-grain cracker.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, I didn't care. I actually applauded the guy for coming up with it because honestly, I'd have never thought of that.
Shit's ridiculous, man. Everybody love everybody. Will Ferrell said it best.
That's the thing is, like, I appreciate everyone, no matter what their race and everything. The only thing that I fucking hate is fucking dumbassery.
Yeah.
I hate stupidity. I'm allergic to it. And I'm allergic to bullshit.
Yeah. Hell, I hate more white people than anybody, but that's...
Well, it's because you said all you grew up around.
Well, not really.
Well, mostly.
Predominantly.
Yeah.
Troglodyte redneck fucks that are white and hateful.
Welcome to the Appalachian Mountains, my friend. Yeah. What do you expect? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got to end this. Chad's got other stuff to do and everything. So, again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. And, I guess until next time, everybody. If you want to see, actually, before we go, if you want to see more from JonTron, feel free to go to the description down below. Check out JonTron. Very funny dude. Very hilarious videos all the time. If you want to see more from him, we recommend him highly. If you want to see more from us, I mean, you know what to do. There's a subscribe button right there. Little bell that you can ring to stay notified. And I guess until next time, signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick. Stop drinking pain if you think Star Wars is racist.
I'm Chad. Everybody love everybody.
And we will see you all later, everybody. Merry Christmas.